older properties, in terms of the building, they're just worth less. As an example, if you were to buy a unit like this that's in maybe the same suburb, there's not too many, but if you were to buy similar size but it was like 25 years old, it wouldn't be 320, 360, you'd probably pick it up an old one for like 270, 280. Because it goes off the rents, and the rents they don't differ that much. Like they're usually off, an older property, these are like 450, 500, an older one might rent for, 380, 400 as an example. The older ones are usually worth less in terms of what the price point they're actually buying at. And the lower the price point, the easier it is to get a higher yield. So like I bought like 1-bedroom properties in Perth that are like 190,000 as an example. They're 1 bed, 1 bath, so they're like 30 years old. You can pick some of those up for like 190, 200K, and they'll rent for like 380 a week. A lot of the times they're in like a bigger block, and the bigger the block, if this is only, as you can see, there's only 7 in the block, you're technically going more land value and they're worth more than if this was in like a block of 300 units. There's 1,000 different things to consider, unfortunately, but if this was in like a block of like 300 units with an elevator, and it was 20 stories in air, the strata fees would be a lot more because you'd have elevators, whereas this one, there's no common areas like pools or gyms or anything like that. But ones in smaller blocks are usually more valuable because you've got less outgoings and you own more of a portion of the land that the block sits on. Let's say if there was 200 units on only a 2,000 square meter block, because it went really high, then you'd own a smaller percentage of technically that land. Whereas if there's only 7 on a block, like there is this one, then you own 1/7 of 2,000 square meters. Those affordable ones like this, especially in Perth, they've got nowhere to go but up. Like I seriously see these being in that 400, 420K kind of realm, because if they're already renting for 450, 500, the yield would still be around that 6%, even if you were to pay 400,000 for it. Usually the trend of growth follows yields. The higher the yield, the yields always come back sooner or later to that 5 or 6% mark. I'll be available to chat tomorrow as well. So if you can obviously digest this, all the information we'll go through today, and then we can even book in a time we can chat tomorrow and see what you think and go from there.